Fielding a question today on what have I done in the past that's made kind of like jumps forward in my ability to get stronger, build muscle, and so on and so forth. Because really, building muscle, changing our body is never like this event thing. We hear about it in the media. People are like, oh, I changed my diet this way, or I started doing this, and all of a sudden, bang, everything changed. That almost never happens. It's a process over time with little events that kind of jump you forward. And these are just my personal ones that, I don't know, might help you with your jumps. Now, the first time that I ever had some significant strength and muscle growth was when I started to work at a place that sold fitness equipment. And for the first time in my life, I had reliable, regular access to weightlifting equipment, strength equipment. Never had it before. Never was able to get to gyms up in rural Vermont or anything. I'd have like a little bit of access to the college gym, and then the semester would end and I couldn't have it anymore. So for the first time in my life, for over a year, I could work out every week on a regular, consistent basis. And that's why I'm always telling people consistency is the foundation. Don't worry about anything until you say, I know I can work out on a regular schedule for at least a year and a half without fail. Okay, so that was the first time, is I was actually able to just train regularly. Number two is when I started to get more into just the basic movements. I started to get away from the latest gadgets and use 20 different arm exercises and everything. And it's like standing curls, pull-ups, squats, bench press, just the standard everyday basic stuff. That was a big improvement too. That was when I started training. I worked at a gym that had a million different pieces of equipment in one little small free weight area. And over the course of a few months, I was using everything, and I slowly just gravitated towards just that small little free weight area. And I just left the rest of the gym behind. I never even touched it. That was another big upshoot for me. Number three is I finally loosened up my diet. When I started doing this, another thing that started happening was I got rid of the whole low sugar thing. I got rid of the whole low fat thing. I got rid of the whole eat clean thing. All of that stuff. And I was like, I'm just going to eat normal. I'm going to have a freaking sandwich and tell him, yeah, put on some olive oil on that sucker, load it up with some cheese. I just ate normal. I wasn't like going out and devouring huge pints of Ben & Jerry's like I was either, but I was not worried about my diet so much anymore and eating and listening to my own body about what it could use. If it was 2 a.m., I was getting out of the club and the body says hungry, I go over and I get, the egg sandwich with bacon on it and stuff. That was a big improvement in building strength and stuff because I wasn't holding myself back by trying to eat like a rabbit. Number four, the biggest one, bodyweight training. When I went from weight training to bodyweight training, I had all sorts of pains and aches and injuries and all sorts of stuff, and I was losing muscle like crazy because you cannot build muscle when you're hurt. It's just impossible. So with bodyweight training, I started to heal my injuries. I also started to learn about technical convergence, which I talked about, where instead of actually trying to work harder, I was now working better. So it was like, how do I get my muscles to turn on more rather than just killing myself in the gym? Keeping a log, that was a huge game changer. I used to roll my eyes at that forever. Keeping a workout log and actually trying to have progression and doing things again better rather than just working hard was huge. Clearing through the static, again, too much variety. I actually started to adopt a solid routine. What did I do on Mondays? Leg raises, pull-ups, and push-ups. What did I do the following Monday? Leg raises, pull-ups, push-ups, the same order, the same routine. Adopting a routine made it much clearer and easier, and that's when I started to learn that the body doesn't need to be shocked or confused or kept guessing or any of that nonsense. It needs simple, clear, progressive instructions. Chain training. Again, that was a huge game changer because once I started to learn all this stuff, chain training just fell into place. And with it, proactive tension, which was a massive game changer. I feel, literally, discovering chain training and proactive tension, I feel like I've been training dumb my entire life. Like, only now am I actually training as I should be. And before then, I was just groping around blindly in the dark for something that would work. So that was a big changer right there. And then finally, the big one here that is really making a big difference, I wish I did this more, bridging. Hey, I was going to make another video on this, maybe I will. Bridges just may be the most important bodyweight exercise of all time. And the reason is because it sets your back up for proper stability and tension, which basically allows the chain training, and everything else to fall much more into place. So your push-ups are better, your muscle activation is better, there's less stress on your joints, less chance of injury, just everything gets better. So I'll put some more videos on that. But these are the things that made the hugest difference, biggest difference for me over the past like 10 to 15 years that resulted in a little bit of a jump in growth of muscle and strength. Questions below. Don't forget, videos coming out almost every day. Subscribe if you would, please. Till then, be fit, live free.